Story 1. I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years. Over the past couple months have been rocky. He has struggled with mental health, and when this happens, he sort of acts distant. We got through it, and we are usually always together. I didn't think too much of it, but at the time I was upset, but figured he just needed some space. I got the urge to go through his phone last night. I've always known his passcode, but never wanted to look. I thought it was a good time to do so. He went out with a couple of buddies that night, and I went through it when he got home. I found his Snapchat filled with various girls he was messaging, some asking them what they're doing tonight, and how bad he wants to get with them. I honestly blacked out, and I can't even remember what he was saying and what they were saying. Some girls were sending selfies to him, and others sending videos of them like twerking. I know he was super drunk. Not that is excusable, but I'm around with him all the time, and I see his phone but never anything like this. I'm not sure who this guy is anymore. I have no idea what to do and how to bring it up, and I'm just at a loss for words right now. I feel bad that I even went through it, so I don't know how to even bring it up with him in the morning. I'm so heartbroken. I have no idea what to do, so would appreciate anything. Comment 1. 2 weeks ago, I split up with my ex because I found out he cheated on me. I went through his phone and saw messages between him and this girl that made me question it. It was whilst he went to France in June. Bearing in mind, I picked him up from Bristol Airport after he cheated. I called him out on it and he denied it, saying it was just banter between friends. So I messaged the girl and she confirmed it. So don't feel bad about going through his phone as you have found out the truth. Just tell him and end it, as you clearly deserve someone who is loyal and who you can trust. Comment 2. Nothing you can really do at this point since it was wrong to go in his phone. But now that you know, you have to make escape plans, because odds are if he's texting other girls, he's already cheated or is planning to. In my experience, sorry girl. Comment 3. Don't ever feel bad about going through his phone. My husband and I have been together for 12 years, and our phones are not private to each other. You know he's cheating. You can either confront him about it or just break up and ghost him totally. You deserve better. Story 2. We began dating in March. I suspected he was unfaithful when he said he'd prefer I don't post him on social media, so we keep our relationship private. He got to meet my mom and aunt, and I got to speak to his family. We planned I visit them in July. He came for my graduation, and right after he left, went for a weekend-long concert in Miami. He suggested we move in together. I was against the idea. We concluded once I land a job, I'd move out. I was wrapping up grad school when we made these plans, a week before I moved to be with him. I found out on social media he had been with another woman when he went for the concert in Miami. That very day, I found out he was in Mexico with her. I confronted him, and he didn't respond to any of my calls, so I ended up messaging him, and in one of my messages to him, I mentioned that I understood the relationship had ended, but I didn't have anywhere to go, so I'd rather stay at his till I find a job. I still moved to be with him. Biggest mistake I ever made, because I had ended my lease, so I had nowhere to be. I must add that I was in the process of interviewing for a role in his state. He ran with the narrative that I didn't move because of him. It was only because of my job. I told the other woman about my relationship with him. She basically told me off and stayed with him. It's been 2 months of living with him, rubbing it in my face that he chose her. I went through their texts, and he told her I used him and that he loved her more. All the while, he was still telling me he didn't know who to pick. I eventually woke up and walked out of the relationship. I also got the job, and I start in a few weeks. He told me he wants us to keep in touch and have fun when I leave. I walked out of the conversation because I believe I am worth a committed, loyal, and honest lover. As I type this, he drove 2 hours to be with her. I am jealous because I still have feelings for him, but I know I deserve better, so she can have him. My question is, I want to tell her everything that happened from my perspective, because I would hate to see another woman suffer. Is it worth it, or should I just carry on with my life? Comment 1. When you told her previously, she didn't care, did she? Just walk away. You don't need any more of this drama. Live on your life happily. Comment 2. The most important person here in you. You informed her. She chose not to listen, so whatever you tell her to protect her is going to fall on deaf ears. Block him on everything and look forward to your new life and job, and don't look back. Comment 3. They deserve each other. Leave her alone. He is a serial cheater. He will look for someone else after you dump him. You won and dodged a bullet.